views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast are the content creator's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of Essex County College. The material and information presented here is for entertainment and informative purposes only. It should not be considered as professional advice or a substitute for seeking professional guidance.
Stay.
Hey.
Elaine.
What we say?
Stay.
Hey.
Elaine. What we said?
Ready, set, goes.
Ready, set, goes. Ready, set, go.
Lovely time to be here.
Hello.
Oh my gosh. Wonderful.
Y'all hear my guest? He's so excited already to be here. Welcome to the Stay in Your Lane podcast, to another episode. I'm your host, Samanta Harmond. I hope you guys go over right now and check me out on Instagram at stay_in-your-lane. That's where I have the latest drop. But the most importantly, so you can listen to this episode when it's aired, because big things are going on today. I want you to go to YouTube at SLAOESSEX, and that's where you will find the Stay in Your Lane podcast. Or you can go to Spotify and you will find it there. Or the easier option is just follow me on Instagram, and the link is right there in my bio. Easy tuning cover girl, okay? Podcast girl.
I prefer the last suggestion. You understand?
Yeah,
because
it's on Instagram.
It's the real person you're going to have to follow in order for you to get the latest update, right?
That's so true.
You know
Love that. So I know you guys must miss me. I haven't been here in a minute. Today we have like a nice little quick stop, the long awaited.
Right.
Yah Moore.
Yes. It's good to be here once again. You know,
how are you?
I'm doing very well. I
You
feel
are?
hunky-dory. The weather is nice. You know, from yesterday, I took the chance to play ball outside for the first time of the season, you know, with my wonderful colleagues of shout out to Icon General and Malik the Definition, two phenomenal artists that I be in cahoots with. And then we just basically link up yesterday and say, hey, from Guitar Center, let's just go and play ball at the park.
Really?
You know?
That's
So,
nice. So
you know,
before we dive into it, because listen, that wasn't the proper introduction. Let the people, let them know who is Yah Moore.
Right. Hey, how you doing, folks? For those newcomers that's literally viewing
Yes, because he's the second time on
you know
the
what
show.
I mean? It's like, yo, it's your boy. Wait for the applause to be finished. Thank you very much. But it's your main guy, the main mouthpiece of Essex County. Yah Moore. Yes.
I don't know why I call him Yah Moore. Yah
Well,
Moore.
you're not the only one, because a lot of people, they call it Yah Moore, Yah Moore. So I just go based by the pronunciation of where they derive from. It's all good. As long as they respect is respect. You know what I mean?
I love that. You have TikTok?
I do.
Okay, let's see if I can find my page.
Right.
It's Chinchilla.
I gotta upload to TikTok. I don't have enough memory right now, so I'm over here just trying to clear it out so I'll be able to have like a little capacity for the app. So
Okay, so go ahead. Introduce yourself for the new ones that don't know about the amazing artist.
yeah, so like I said, Yah Moore, like you basically gonna hear from me throughout this podcast. Thankfully for Samantha and the rest of the gang. What I do outside of campus, I am an artist. In fact, I'm coming out with EP for this month, so look out for it. Basically going to have a mixture of neo soul, jazz. I normally do dancehall, Afrobeat, but due to the fact that this is a different chapter that we in right now, I'm basically going to expose the viewers, like the other side of me in a retrospect. You understand? With this project that I'm about to, drop for this month, it's just rekindling back to the true feeling of soul. You understand? While everybody out here dismantled of what's going on in this world, it'd be artists like me try to tune in within the chakra so that people could just come back.
Okay, I love
You know
that.
what I
So
mean?
before we get into that, because I really want to know more about that and how that come. You have an accent. Where are you from?
GT.
Where are you from? We're from the
G-
Caribbean. You from?
Well,
Which
not
part?
where I'm from, but it's where
were
I
you
represent.
born? Okay.
I'm
Where
born
you
and raised in Orange, New Jersey.
Okay, in Orange, New Jersey. Okay.
But my inheritance is coming from Guyana.
Guyana?
Yeah. Berbies in particular. That's where most of my family hailed at. 72, 73. They like playing with numbers and this, that, and the third. But just to indicate certain areas. Yeah, 72, 73, Princeton. You know what I mean? Shout out to Bartica. That would be the commercial areas for those who don't know too much about Guyana. They want to find themselves in there. Like, yeah, let's go to Bartica to turn up,
Ooh, okay, so have you, how many times have you been back to Guyana?
I've been there like a couple handful of times. Because remember, I'm born and raised here. You know what I mean? So my grandmother be like, hey, bye. It's time for you to go back home so you can know your true roots. I'd be like, yeah, like 4 or 5 times in my life. Not too gradual as I expected,
When was the first, at what age did you first went back home to Ghana?
Well, Guyana. I basically went there my first time was 10 years old.
10?
10 years old. I got a funny story for you.
Go ahead. Let me know. Let us know because that will be my next question.
All right. So
10-year-old
me.
Yah Moore.
You know what I mean? Claim that I'm West Indies and whatever, right? Because grew up in a West Indies household in America, right?
Okay.
But when you actually in a real thing, it's a different it's a different shindig, you know? Yeah. That's when you meet your mati and they over here testing you of like where your origin and this, that, and the third. But this is a funny story because one day I was with my cousins, and the next day we was hanging out the night before, and then to the point I get lava and started to just doze off. And then the next day come and I so happened to woke up, occasionally 12 o'clock in the afternoon. That's frowned upon in
12
Guyana.
o'clock, yeah.
You understand?
That's in the Caribbean, that's too late.
That's
You're
too
waking
late.
up 12 o'clock.
It's like I'm a walking corpse.
You're not in America? What?
So I had 3 of my young cousins at the time. They was hovering over me, like just waiting for me to wake up. And then the first thing that comes to mind, one of my cousins like, wow, bye. 4 o'clock done croak since 5 o'clock. What you doing waking up at 12 o'clock? I'm like, what you mean? I'm chilling.
Yeah.
And that's when the Yankee thing come about, you know what I mean? And, I was like, yeah, I'm a Yankee, I like to sleep and wake up at midnight, mid of the day, you know what I mean? And just start my day, you feel me? I ain't going to wake up here 4 o'clock, done croak, 5 o'clock, all those type of things. But it was a wonderful experience just to see the motherland. Got a chance to learn some things that been taught to me based on my great-grandmother while I was here, So I just have a full-on appreciation by touching down there just to know where my roots is from, and I just won't forget my lineage, So
at age 10 was the first time you touched down to Guyana.
Yeah.
What age in your adult life did you end up going back? Because now you're an adult.
Yeah.
You're not dependent on mama or anybody to take care of you. You're on your own.
You know what I mean?
So you get to see the country and the different level and different things.
Right.
What age was that?
Well, 15. But let me tell you something about that. Like, people drink
15? So you didn't go back? That's in your
Check this.
teens.
But it's still my teens, right? But remember, when you in Guyana, it's a different world. Because 15, it's like 21.
Yeah, same thing with Jamaica. I feel you.
You know what I mean? It's like the culture is just out there in front of you.
Okay.
You understand? Like, you're drinking Malta from the moment you start your day. You understand?
So was it a different experience at 15 versus at 10?
At 10, yeah, of course.
Okay, so at
Because
10 you were
at 10,
a kid.
At 10, I was like venturing off on the veranda. At 15, I'm in the club.
Okay, all right.
I'm at the Mahal, like whenever they have venues and this, that, and the third. So it's a big change up for those 5 years gap. And I loved it. I definitely going to have to go back because I 32 right now. You understand? And I have so many of my people back in Guyana waiting for me to touch down. Because they already know that Yah Moore always got something to spark upon for the community, you know what I mean? So I just want to take the initiative to like branch off whenever I get a chance and, give back to the motherland when it comes to venues and shows and this, that, and the third.
I think that would be good, definitely. So, what's your favorite food?
So I got plenty. You know, I's a big man when it comes to eating, but as you can see,
I want to know about Guyanese food.
Guyanese food.
Yes.
You know, like okay, if you want to talk about pastries, you got Pelori, we got pine tart. We got Guyanese patty because you really know you got Jamaican patty.
Jamaican patty is the best. Don't even come there. Don't even come there.
Wait.
Jamaican patty over any Caribbean patty.
Listen,
I don't care. Okay, go ahead.
I'll get that patties to you.
All right, go ahead. Okay, get it
the
to
yard
me maybe because I can't eat what I don't
because
try.
we have other dishes other than patties. You feel me? So you could get that like the same as oxtail. I wouldn't say like Guyana dominate oxtail. No, give it to Guyana. You feel me?
Jamaica have the best oxtail. Hello, sir.
You know what I mean?
Hello?
You know? Give it to Jamaica. You're right.
Yes.
You just corrected me on that. But when it comes to curry,
they say Trinidad has the best curry.
Who? Where?
Trinidad.
Who said that?
That's what I
They gotta
heard.
talk to Yah Moore said that.
Guyanese have the best curry. I had Guyanese curry and it did
I don't have to debate. I'll just have every foreigners that's not from Guyana to eat the Guyanese dish, and they just basically evaluate from there. How about
Any
that?
Jamaican on here on the live? What do you guys think? Jamaican curry versus Guyanese curry.
Let me tell you
'Cause
something.
I would love to know.
I grew up with so many yard in my life, and none of them can tell me straight up like compared to a Guyanese, they could outcook a Guyanese when it comes to curry dish.
Okay, are you talking about any curry at all? Any curry?
All right, cool. So let's talk about curry chicken. If you want to curry your fish, you know what I mean? Because to be honest
Curry
with you,
fish, okay.
yeah, curry deer. You understand?
Okay.
You ever had deer before?
No.
Oh, well, you gotta
I had
learn
curry
today.
duck.
You got
But it's
curry
from
duck.
Trinidad. That was good.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
really good.
I believe you only try to curry duck from a Trinidadian.
Yeah,
That's why
the curry
you
duck.
only evaluate.
It was really good. That maybe because I was hungry. I don't know, because we Jamaican, we don't do no curry duck. We do curry goat.
I feel you.
You get what I'm saying?
So I give that curry goat to y'all because
We
y'all
not gonna do
listen,
no curry duck.
I don't eat curry head. I don't eat goat head. That's
goat head go in soup.
yeah. But that's not a dish for Guyanese. That's why I have to give the roses
put it in
to the
soup.
yard. Yeah. Right.
Goat soup is one of the best.
Goat soup.
Manish water.
I'm gonna have to try that. after I
Manish
get
water,
out
that's
of here.
fish.
All right, good.
That's the fish. They call it fish. We call it manish water. Fish soup.
Right. I
very
mean,
good.
listen, as a yard, they don't use fish as everybody else using the word fish.
What do you guys use?
Swim around.
You see, I never hear swim around.
What? If you catch a real yard and you talk about fish, this fish, they're like, whoa, bye, where are you? Hey, buddy. There's no fish around here. Swim around.
Swim around, okay.
Just a little edification, you know what I mean? Because we in college, right? So, yeah, you can't say fish around the yard. You got to say swim around if you talk about a fish in a dish, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's the top dish? What's your national dish for Guyanese?
Me and my preference?
Yes.
I love me some fried rice.
Fried rice.
I love me some fried rice and fried chicken.
Nice.
You understand? It took me back with my grandmother, like over the weekend when she listened to her Motown records and her Bob Marley and her Peter Tosh and, all them good music with the good foods that she's cooking up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be like fried rice, fried chicken. Oh, and then you go with the curry goat. It's like Thanksgiving every weekend. You understand?
Ooh, okay.
So it's like, I put a lot of
I'm about
food,
to make me
you know what I mean?
I'm about to make me some fried rice. I think I was gonna make fried rice today or tomorrow with some shrimp and mixed seafood.
Okay.
And fish. So I will see how that go based on how early I finish up what I have to get done.
And once you whip it up,
On
like
the
if you got
thing.
some time, you got extra food, let me try it.
Okay.
Maybe on the next segment I can evaluate on it.
Yeah, it's my first time because we don't really make fried rice like that. We make it's my first time but fried rice is not hard to make.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Right,
Easy.
right.
Just go whip up something. Just go look at something.
But watch what you
YouTube
say.
video,
And
whatever.
remember, I tell you, you asked me about the dish, right? If you go to Guyana, right, and you go to any Chinese restaurant, this, that, and the third, you be like, yo, I love this. But nonetheless, you go to a household in Guyana, it's the same way. It's a Guyanese way of making fried
Rice.
rice.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
Totally different.
totally different.
I like that.
And I may be biased based by what I'm saying, but hey, listen.
It's what it is.
It
so
is.
tell me, we're gonna shift course a little. Tell me how I know you're in music, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's always like I don't know if me being from the Caribbean, also from Jamaica. Many of our young men just love the music industry.
Right.
Like
right.
that, they start making records, singing songs, good songwriter just off the top of their head and stuff. How
Right.
did you get into music when you first discovered that? I love this.
Like one thing I can't say ever since I came out the womb. For starters, my mom, she used to sing.
Okay.
She used to sing in front of mayors, presidents, and she passed when I was at the age of 2,
Wow.
And the only thing I know about is good stories that I hear from her childhood friends and this, that, and the third. Me personally, I started to build a love for music when I started writing my own music. And that's at the tender age of like around 10, my early adolescent years. And it's like I started to build a love for it. It was my therapy. It was everything to me. I remember I used to get grounded, and my grandmother used to take me up to the attic, and I got my guitar. I play my guitar, strum my guitar, to the point I can't strum no more.
Oh, wow.
You understand? And that's like the build of it. Like, once I started to mingle with my peers, when it comes to going to the recording studios, this, that, and the third, that's when I brought out that extra chakra in my life of like, yeah, I got this power behind this mouthpiece of mine. Because it's like, okay, you know an artist that could sing a wonderful cover from an A-list artist. But me, for one, I never mold myself to become a cover song artist. Like, I literally sing my own songs. Like, any venues that you would catch me on, like, I'm singing my own originals. If I do sing a cover, it's just to pay a homage to the greats like Bob Marley's. Pay the homage to the greats like, the revolutionary, like, Burning Spear. You understand? And, because when it comes to singing other people's music, it has to be coincide with what I got going on.
Okay.
So that's how I look at it.
Okay. I love that. So it was in high school, you said, or when you out high school and become an adult, you start really taking it seriously.
Yeah. So I started taking it seriously after high school.
After high school?
After high school. And this is when I came back up to Jersey from Georgia. I finished my high school years in Georgia.
Okay.
I started a band in Georgia.
What was the name?
So it wasn't necessarily a name. It was just basically like a 4 of us in cahoots.
Okay.
And we just like, rock out whenever they have some venues going on. And during the high school times, this, that, and the third. We didn't necessarily have a group name because we wasn't together long enough to have a name. But we found ourselves in a music club. And then we just link up and say like, hey, let's do a couple covers here and there. That's the only time I would do covers, like, when I was mingling with them. And it was a wonderful experience. I link up with some of them to this day. Some of them are A-list artists. I'm not gonna, put it out there.
Why not?
Why not? Okay. I'll give you a hint. Swims. He swims.
He swings?
He swims. He's a big teddy bear and he swims. That's a little.
He swim. Oh, I don't know.
That's a little riddle. He's a big teddy bear and he swims. I just gave it to you right there. Like, he's a big Teddy swims.
I don't know. I don't even know. Okay, Teddy swims.
Yes,
okay.
yes. I
Maybe.
lose control. I'm sure you know that song. You heard that song on the radio station.
Maybe I heard it on the radio.
Yeah.
You
But,
know?
a fellow colleague that I know of when I was in Salem High School over in Conyers, Georgia. And it bugged my mind out to this day. I'm like, this guy, he's on the widescreen these days. Like, yo, that's what's up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Keep it pushing. And there's plenty others that I went to school with in Georgia, just so you know. Like, that's a like a music, robust type of like atmosphere you want to put yourself into, especially in the tender age that I was in, like in my adolescent age. So, it's what's up. It was up.
So how is it knowing Jersey, the music?
You know, the last time I spoke with my fellow colleagues about this, I was ruffling feathers.
Why?
Because tapping into Jersey culture and the music is kind of a tedious topic to talk about. It depends on the people in the room. That is like coincides with what you got going on as far as like your walks of life of what Jersey have to offer, compared to the people that don't know about it, but they find themselves in cahoots with a particular group, and they just find themselves subsidized to what's the real thing. So it's like Jersey has a build. It has a strong build. And the fact that I am a native Jerseyan and I got a chance to like scope around certain townships to see what, like, you know, the artistry is like, it's not necessarily like well put together. We have so much talent in Jersey, but I believe the ego just got in the way for so much and for so much reasons, to the point certain people that you expect to shine is not going to shine because of the networking, right? And that's basically the complications. Such I heard, you understand? That's not coming from me, because if you want my opinion on it, Jersey has a lot more to go. Yeah.
Are they not supportive here in Jersey?
It depends on the support that we're talking about.
Okay.
Because, like, you got support on some, you got a venue that you hold, and you have the power to select on what artist that you feel as though is suitable to be on stage, right?
Okay.
And you will have a collective that will come to that same venue and give them a duffel bag just for them to have a spot.
Money.
All right. So this is the thing that you're talking about, playing chess.
Okay.
You understand? So it's not necessarily support that we're talking about. It's like, what is it that the majority want? You understand? I feel as though that has not been spoken about after all these years. Instead of support. Yeah. We all do need support, but what are we supporting?
What do you mean?
There's so much going on.
I think when we say support, it's like same as what you say here. It's a money talk thing, right?
Right.
So which mean that even though you have the talent, somebody that's coming with a bag, they will put that person over you. So that mean that they're not fully invested, they're not fully supporting your talent. The support is just there for the money.
Right.
Whoever had the coin.
Right.
And that's where it is. So that's where there's no support. Okay, where is the support in pushing me? It's not talent first, it's money first.
Right.
And that's what I'm talking about.
And then we coming in a day and age, it's all about money talks, BS walks. You understand? I remember back in the days, it's like you mold a potential artist before you see the views and the followings and this, that, and the third. In this day and age, they want you to come in with that much amount of followers, that much amount of support, and this, that, and the third. And it's all good.
It's a social media.
It's a social media thing.
It's a social media thing now,
Yeah.
because they look at your following count.
Right.
You already cultivating a fan base. You
Right.
understand? So it's where that artist development that they may pay A&R to do or whatever,
Right.
they don't have to fully invest in that, because partially you're already 50% there in putting yourself out there.
Right.
So that's what the real thing is. But that's dying too.
Yes, because it's necessarily pros and cons to it. Because back in the day, I always fall into back in the days when the PR work was substantial enough for the artist to thrive.
Yes.
They don't have no PR work in this day and age. Look what happened to Pop Smoke. He was supposed to be alive to this day and age, making some good music and become a trendsetter of this day and age. But because of his lack of PR work, it's like
he was so
his
accessible.
image, yes, and his image was just out of this world, but it wasn't
Protected or something?
not protected. It wasn't compressed enough.
Okay.
Okay? Because one thing about jewels, like diamonds in the rough, like they literally go through pressure before you see the roughness, right?
Mm-hmm.
The PR is supposed to be a rough.
Yeah.
When it comes to like hecklers coming at your artist, you're supposed to have to find ways to make your artist off the chain. Getting ready for the next venue. These artists this day and age, they have so much independence in their social media. They fail to realize that they could either make themselves go higher than based by what they talk about, or sink themselves lower based by what they talk about.
That's true.
You understand?
I think it's when I look at the broader scope, because I'm like into pop culture and stuff. Even though I'm from the Caribbean, it's so funny. I'm heavy like in the female rap part of it, rap music. I like that.
Right. Shout out to the female rappers out here, because they doing their thing for real.
I mean, like in the female part, in the female rap, but being the female rap, then you know some of the male rappers and whatever.
Right.
But when I look at the broader scope of it, it's like, I give you an example. Cardi B, right? When she came in the industry, she was a internet figure. You understand? I felt like she knocked on that door in showing those, what you call them, the people that signed them, these record labels that listen. You had Nicki Minaj that was talent, right? It was talent first for her, right? She build things from the ground, from CDs and all of them stuff. Then you have a Cardi B that emerged in the social media area, and her, where many said that she's not talented enough when it comes to writing, and a rapper is supposed to be able to kind of write their raps.
I mean, for those who know, they know,
right?
like, she has ghostwriters.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
you know?
With her coming in the social media era, I think that's what knocked on the door and lead this flood of other social media thing. Because say, look at, if she can make it and she make it big, but the thing is, even though she's from a social media era, she has a team. Right. Her record label makes sure she has a PR team. Right. That trained her. She has a writer's camp. Right. She has marketing team. She has stylists. So I think it's not all the artists that they just throw out there, okay, because they have a social media. They still do some of that A&R and PR on some of the artists if they think that they're profitable. Because just from her, she's out here doing her thing. You understand? With having a ghostwriter, making it big and become acceptable. How did that become acceptable in a genre like this? They program the brain of others and letting them know it's okay to have ghostwriter, because back in the day, Jay-Z and all them artists, even the Little Kim and stuff, saying that you have ghostwriter was not acceptable. It wasn't. Right? Because that's supposed to be your creative as a rapper, is to write.
But you know, it's an irony in that day and age. These artists that actually write their own music, they ended up being taken over based by the record label because of creative control.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So it's like both sides of the road. It's like you can have that whole equipment, this, that, and the third, and everything is sane when it comes to your end of the contract, your end of the bargain of like your creative control, comparing to you just coming in, everything is legit, boop, 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 but you just don't know certain information across the dotted line before you sign it. And then now, all of a sudden, you doing all these hard work of recording and this, that, and the third, and all of a sudden, you're waiting for your cut of check. And now you're being edified on where all that money went to.
The record, I mean, some, as I see with artists, some win, some lose, right? They have full control over you of that. So what drives your passion currently?
Right now?
Yes.
Basically, concurrently what's going on in this day and age, we on that WWW. World War III. You understand?
Okay, the war that's going on.
And it's like a domino effect based by how people think.
Okay.
You know? I remember when my neighborhood was well coincides with what's going on in the neighborhood, right? And not knowing what's going on outside of the world because we put all of our focus in what's in front of our face, right? I feel as though like the all-seeing eye, which I call the iPhone, have us so boosted up with emotions and don't even know how to necessarily regulate them when it comes to different news coming from any which way. It could be fake. It could be real. But it's a narrative. And I feel as though that alone make it done some damage in certain communities.
It does. It is.
You know?
And it's currently is.
You know?
Of that.
Like, I feel as though the economy is crushed because of that.
I mean, it's not dumb bad, but let's see with this war. I don't think it's going to last long. So let's see what's going to happen because it wasn't U.S. war to, to step in. But let's see how that go. But that drives your passion to keep
why
going.
not? Yes, because you know what? Like, I noticed one thing, right? Because especially for my lineup of work as an electrician, right? I always find myself a sore thumb sticking out.
Mm-hmm.
And I always dime back to, diamond in the rush, right? Like, the diamonds, like, they show through pressure. They go through pressure in the dark, and they show themselves in the light. So I feel as though for this season right now, especially what's going on this day and age, I'm dropping this EP, just basically giving like a little nice medicinal hearing.
Okay.
For the people that like some nice soulful music. You understand? I could be raunchy than the next artist. You understand? It's so raunchy. For most of these artists, it's like, like based by their lyrics, this, that, and the third. And I could definitely compete with it. But I'm just staring down to like what I got going on for this chapter in life. And I'm just being more complex within my creative writing. You understand? And I basically want to challenge some ears when I drop this EP because I'm bringing my whole heart and soul into it. And,
when is it dropping?
Oh, that's anonymous. I'm not even thinking of a date right now.
Okay.
I'm not thinking of a date because you know what? I was supposed to drop it last month, but things happen. So nonetheless, I did tell him, like, if I didn't drop it for February, you're definitely going to hear it in March Madness. So I'm basically polishing it up right now. There's like about 75% done with the EP. I just have to go across with one last track before I know it's ready to like set sail. So yeah.
Okay, so in the meantime, how can listeners find you?
Catch me anywhere. Spotify.
Where? Okay.
Any music platform that you have in your phone, you could definitely catch me. Just simply type Yah Moore, YAHMOORE, and you definitely gonna see me.
I love that. So
you know what I mean?
As we wrap up, I love this conversation. We talk about music for this whole thing.
Indeed.
I definitely have to bring you back for a part 2 because there was something that I wanted to ask you more on the personal side that led into that. But that's okay.
But one thing I could tell you.
Go ahead.
And I didn't mean to hold you on that one. Shout out to The Kitchen. That's basically helping me out for this EP.
Yes.
Like it's a nice group. They located right in Union. You understand? If you want any full-on information for those who's listening, like that would like a studio or this, that, and the third, you could definitely hit up Samantha DM or mine so that we could definitely talk about it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Shout out to The Kitchen, for real.
Okay.
Sambo Lethal. You know I got your back, brothers.
Big up to them. So, any final words of wisdom for the listeners?
I go based by a famous quote: "Great things are done when men and mountains meet."
I love that because I was gonna ask you what's your favorite quote.
Yeah.
So for
William Blake.
So what's one sentence that you would tell a person that may be struggling to stay in their lane or find their lane?
You got to keep your head up. What's wrong with you? You already see disappointments that's around you, so be a difference.
I love that.
Right?
I love that.
So be a difference.
So I just want to say to you, thank you so much. And what's a, let me ask you this. Who's your dream passenger in your lane? Dead or alive?
My dream passenger. Dead or alive. What do you mean by that? Like
your dream passenger, inspiration, like somebody that you look up to? Like,
I always tell my colleagues Ryan Leslie because he's the man outside the music world. You understand? Okay. Like he edified people when it comes to economics. You know,
I'm gonna have to tap into him.
You understand? And I do have colleagues that literally tap in with him. So if you really want to tap in with him, you got to tap in with me. You understand? It's like bridging the gap right there in the retrospect. So, and just so you know, we definitely gonna have the second segment on this podcast. So
we definitely gonna have that.
Yeah.
So I just want to say thank you so much. I get an insight of your music. I love that. How you started it and stuff. I really wanted to know more how you, because I see you out there doing your thing on social media and stuff. Very creative. So continue doing what you're doing. You know, consistency. You understand. As long as you're putting in the groundwork, you're planting the seeds. You never know. You're just gonna keep watering them. One day, one will flourish. You get what I'm saying? As always said, stay in your lane. Focus on your path. You understand? Prioritize that. Don't look at the next one and don't just, look for expectation. Just do you and continue to grow. For all my listeners out there, I always said, listen to me, believe in your life, okay? Believe in yourself of that, all right? So, and one thing I want you to remember, go check out my Stay in Your Lane Instagram, because I'm dropping motivational thoughts. Yesterday I was talking to someone and I dropped this video and it said, if you want a new life, you got to start creating new habits, okay? Step by step. Your future self is watching you, so don't disappoint your future self. Start unknown, finish unforgettable. I see you guys in the next one.
Booyah.
Stay in your lane.
Hey,
what we said? Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
Steady, set, go.
Stay
Steady, set,
in your
go.
lane. See the kingdom, all you wish for will be granted to you. Put God first and believe in yourself, and I will see you. Continue what? Stay in your lane. Will you watch, rise, reclaim, and redefine? Own your story.
Yeah.
This has been a production of the Essex County College Podcast Club. Copyright 2024, all rights reserved.